Hello viewers and welcome back to Let's Play Reunion. We're continuing from where we left off. We're about to begin the construction of a fleet that will hopefully be big enough to defeat the Morgruls once and for all. What I'm going to do just before I start this part, this is the kind of options menu in the game, and you do actually have the option to switch between two different music tracks. So the one that you've been enjoying so far is the first track. I'm going to switch it to the second track. Now, just a little nugget of information about the music in this game. There is actually two pretty different versions of the soundtrack. This is the... I'm basically using the... I'm playing this in DOSBox and I'm using an emulation of the Gravis Ultrasound, which uses the same soundtrack as the Amiga version of the game, with the kind of mod format music. There is also a Sound Blaster kind of ad-lib version of the soundtrack, which sounds pretty different, and particularly the second track is completely different. So just a little nugget of information there. I'm sure that there will be videos on YouTube if you want to check out the soundtrack in more detail. In fact, I'll try and link one in the description that's got the full soundtrack on it in both versions, just so that you can check that out if you are interested in that kind of thing. Anyways, back to the game. So we are in the process of building our fleet, and we are going to have to get on with that. Let me just see that. So we need tanks, we need more starfighters, we need more twin laser guns and that kind of thing. We're very short of energon, unfortunately. Again, I'm just going to be mostly ignoring the demands of our planets at the moment, simply because I do not have time to deal with that right now. There's a pile of energon over there, so if we take our transfer ship over there, we should be able to bring that back. That will be somewhat beneficial here. Okay, we're going to just dump all of this energon. That should hopefully allow us to purchase some more twin laser guns. Yes, our spy satellite has reported alien activity at the Morgruls colony at Mirax 3. Right, that is what we wanted to know. That means now that our satellite has officially discovered that means we can attack them if we move our army over there. So, right, that's probably not a big enough fleet either. We're going to need lasers and twin lasers to fit on our tanks. We're probably going to need a lot more tanks than this. So I'm going to pretty much focus my entire life at the moment on buying more of these tanks. I don't care about that right now. Don't care about that right now. Don't care about that right now. Just give me more tanks. Give me more twin laser guns. Twin laser guns are the most important, they're the most powerful. Yeah, we need hospitals. Okay, right now that can be dealt with after we have defeated our enemies. What we need right now is tanks. So we may well get attacked in the process of trying to build up this fleet. Hopefully we've got a big enough defence fleet. We shall have to wait and see. I'm not 100% sure. So just while it's doing that, I'm going to take my transfer ship again, take it back to the Apollo, see if there's any more energon here waiting to be picked up. Yes, there is. I'm going to grab that and bring it back. So that will give us the resources for some more starfighters. And I'm going to want more battle tanks ultimately as well. Twin laser guns are important. We're going to want tons of these if possible. So we're just going to allow this to kind of keep building up here. We'll add the ones that we've got so far into our army.
Group. Message.
So we have 43 fighters, also 35 tanks now. Each tank can be fitted with one twin laser. We can probably buy some regular lasers as well, just to kind of bulk up everyone's power. Not sure how much of a difference they'll make, but let's see. I can get laser cannons. So we need more uranium as well. We'll go and grab that. We can grab that from a couple of places. We can pretty much grab that from a Apollo.
Message. Transfer.
So we can grab uranium.
Control. Move ship. Message.
Bring some of this back.
Transfer.
Uranium.
Control.
Just make a couple of trips back and forth to bring as much as we can. The uranium is quite important for the building of various weapons and vehicles.
Move message. Transfer. Control.
So just bring tons and tons of it over here.
Move message. Transfer.
Also bring some more of this energon while we're at it.
Control. Move message. Transfer.
Right. Feeling relatively good about this so far. Feeling relatively good about this. Still gonna need more battle tanks.
Okay. Message.
They do take a little while to build, so we tend to find we're going to be building up more stocks of energon while they are being produced.
Message. Bye.
And again, we're just going to pretty much ignore all the people's demands for things like hospitals and stuff like that. As much as it sounds horrible, we have priorities that need to be dealt with right now.
Bye. Okay.
So that's another quite a few troops arriving here. This is good. This is good. I think we might be getting close to a point where we might be able to actually launch an assault. Possibly want more starfighters.
Back. Product. Select. Buy. Okay.
So again, we're going to need some more energon.
Back.
In fact, am I at a point where do I have enough resources to build some more trade ships? No, because they need energon as well.
Back. Ship.
What to do if we can just continue taking multiple trips right now. Once we've defeated the Morgruls, we'll build a bigger trading fleet, and that will allow us to move more resources around in single trips rather than going back and forth all the time. It's not really a priority just now. What was I doing? I was going to build more starfighters if possible.
Okay. Message. Message. Bye. Okay. Message. Bye.
Right,
okay.
Once this lot of battle tanks is produced, we will possibly have enough troops. I'm not sure how long it's going to be until we are attacked again, but I'm feeling confident that we're doing this in good time here.
Control.
So we're going to want to make sure that we have enough troops here.
Message. Message.
Right, yeah, I get it. There's not enough living space. People hate me.
Message.
We will sort out these colonies at a later date.
Message. Back. Production.
79 is not a very nice number, so I'm going to buy one more battle tank. No, I'm not, because I don't have any uranium.
No, sir. Back. Ship.
Okay.
Back.
What I'm just going to do, I'm just going to save this here. What is our fleet looking like? Probably a big, horrible mess of not the right numbers of everything, but I'm going to do a little test flight. We have just saved the game, so we can always reload if this does not go to plan. I am going to see if we can take this to
Control. Zoom out. Planet.
Iraq 3.
Move ship.
I do not know what kind of numbers we're going to be coming up against here, so this will be a little test to see if we have enough troops to take on the Morgruls. What we basically want to do is attack. So we look like we are making relatively light work of their defence force in space anyway. They do have several destroyers. We have defeated them. That is a good sign. So we can end the battle. We have a small number of troops that have been sent by the calls, but I am feeling relatively confident about this. Now, ground battles in this game are horrible. The interface is not good at all. I'm just going to wait for them to come to us, and hopefully we will have enough firepower take them out, and I think we do. I think we do. We have done it. We are victorious.
Message.
Our forces have eliminated the Morgruls.
Attention.
And the Morgruls have given us the coordinates of 3 unknown solar systems. Yes! That is the hardest part of this entire game. The Morgruls, if you do not get the very first part of this game dead on, these guys will make absolute mincemeat of you. But they are now defeated, which is great, which means we now get to a point in the game where we will have a little bit more time to kind of chill a little bit. So I'll show you that just in a moment. So yes, we have defeated the Morgruls. We have defeated the Morgruls. I'm going to save the game at this point because that is very good. I'm just going to save this one. And yeah, that means we can actually relax a little bit now. The first part of this game is very, very hectic. Like I say, right back to the very start when we met the Genosians, and then they were promptly taken over by the Morgruls, and who then attacked us with a small fleet. Even though that first Morgrul attack fleet is absolutely pathetic, it's like 5 fighters in it. If you have not made contact with the Genosians by that point, by flying a trade ship into their system, if you just happen to not have done that, you will never have had the opportunity to research the communicator to make actual contact with the Genosians, and as a result you will never have been given the plans for the weapons, fighter craft, and as a result, when the Morgruls eventually steamroll the Genosians, as they always do regardless of what you do, they will then come and attack you, and if you don't have those weapons you will just immediately die, even though the attack force is completely crappy. There's just nothing you can do about that. So you really need to. When I played this game for the first time, and it took me about 10 years of playing this game on and off before I actually managed to complete it. Just purely because there's so much of it that is trial and error. You really need to know the sequence of events that is happening and plan for it in advance, and it does, if you're doing it without a guide, it does take a lot of kind of planning, just trying things out. Once you eventually realise that landing your trade ship on planets can sometimes yield items, you end up starting to do that absolutely everywhere, just seeing if you pick things up, and that's how you find obviously the radio from the Genosians' fallen colony, things like the Explorer 1 ruins. Otherwise, there's nothing in the game manual that really tells you how to do that kind of stuff. So a lot of this game is trial and error. However, although the Morgruls attacks get bigger and bigger over time and stronger over time, and eventually they will overpower you if you're not able to defeat them in time. Once we've defeated the Morgruls, there is a little sort of lull in space battles. Nothing's going to be attacking us for a while, which is nice. It gives us a chance to actually build up our economy, build up a fleet, and get on with the rest of the game. The second half of this game that we're now entering is much easier than the first half, because you're not under so much pressure to do everything really quickly. So, with that, we can now send our developer off to university again. He needs more physics. He also needs more artificial intelligence for this one, but he can only learn those individually. So I'm going to tell him to go and do physics and electricity first, and then when he comes back, I'll tell him to go and do artificial intelligence. What we're also going to do in the meantime is take a look at some of these colonies that are being horribly freaking neglected at the moment, and build them up a little bit. So we need another hospital pretty much everywhere. Let's build another one up here. And I'm going to build more housing and more nuclear generators as well, and more derricks as well. So I'm going to build 2 nuclear generators. We've actually built up quite a bit of money just from generally existing. The space fleet that we were building up cost more in terms of resources, minerals, than it did actual money. So that's built us up a bit of a surplus that will allow us to expand these colonies a bit. So I'm just going to build tons of buildings here. This will allow our population to grow. I'm also going to build more derricks. That will ensure we continue to have a good supply of detoxin. But also, before we had built that in the wrong place, and it's going to annoy me, so I'm going to actually demolish it and build another one in the correct place. Oh, I hate it when notifications pop up and click on the mouse there. Right, build another generator. Just build it as part of this massive generator complex. In fact, just build a whole bunch of generators. That should keep us going for a while. What message did we just get? Our people are starving on New Earth. Well, that is just not good enough. This is supposed to be our flagship planet. We want more food resources. So we'll build some more food resources. There we go. That should keep us going for a while here. What are our taxes like on this planet? Everyone freaking hates us. Drop the taxes down a little bit until they stop hating us. Now, another thing that we are going to do, we can look at the galactic map, and we have now been given the coordinates for several new systems by the Morgruls. We are not going to be going to the Orionis, I'm not sure how you pronounce that, Orionis, the Lyrae systems just yet. There's a good reason for that we'll come to later on. We're going to be staying out of there just for the moment. We are going to go to the Antares system. So, what I'm going to actually do is this is another timed event, I think, so we're going to want to do this sooner rather than later, although it's not of quite as critical importance as defeating the Morgruls, but yeah, we do want to do this sooner rather than later. Where is our satellite carrier group?
Change.
Here it is.
Control.
Where
Control.
actually is it? It's still
Zoom out.
over here. We're going to take it back to the new
Planet.
Earth.
Move ship. Message. Group.
And we're going to bring this
Control panel.
out to
Control.
the
Zoom out.
Antares system.
Move ship. Message.
Our ships have explored the Antares system and found new planets. Antares 1, 2,
Message.
and 3.
Star map.
Now,
Zoom
I
out.
am just going to
Planet. Surface.
drop a satellite here. I'm going to drop a satellite in a bunch of these planets.
Ship. Control panel.
That's-
Control.
What I'm probably
out.
going to do is look for the one that's actually useful.
Planet.
Is it
Move
Antares
ship.
1?
Message. Star map.
No, there's
Zoom out.
nothing really here. It must be Antares 2.
Planet. Zoom out.
Antares
Planet.
2 is like a
Ship.
watery looking
Surface.
place.
Ship. Message.
Okay, we've
Control.
arrived.
Star map.
And there is a fleet here, the Erans fleet. We
Surface.
are going to. We can put a spy satellite there. Don't think we really need to put a spy satellite down there. We can just launch satellites to all of the moons. This is an icy moon.
Star map. Surface.
Moon 2, that's the one
Star
we were
map.
looking at. Moon
Surface.
3,
Satellite deployed.
deploy a satellite here. Another AC
Ship.
moon here.
Control panel. Star map.
Fact,
Surface.
moon
Satellite
1.
deployed.
What we basically need to do is colonize somewhere on this
Planet
side of
information.
the
Surface.
galaxy,
Star map.
in this solar system.
Zoom out. Planet. Surface. Ships.
Where's my
Control.
satellites? I'm going
Control.
to send
Zoom
it
out.
to Antares 1
Planet.
fact.
Move. Message. Message. Satellite deployed.
So basically, we need to set up a colony
Surface.
somewhere
Planet
in this solar
information.
system.
Star map. Surface.
Hopefully, one of these
Fact.
planets will actually be colonizable. So,
Surface.
in the
Planet
meantime, yeah,
information.
these
Text
guys don't
increase.
hate me
Message.
anymore, so we can
Message.
crank the taxis
Message.
back up.
Message. Message. Text increase. Back.
Right, what did that message say?
Main
We
computer.
have
Useful planet.
we have mineable systems, and Antares 2, Moon 2.
Message.
The solar plant has been invented. So the solar plant is
Research.
another invention here. We are still stuck at this because I've not sent him to study maths
Back.
again yet.
Developer.
So go to university, study maths.
Research.
Yeah. The solar plant is a type of satellite that can be launched from satellite
Message.
carriers, and it basically functions as a replacement for power stations on a base, which is pretty useful actually. I think it basically completely nullifies the need for any power stations on a planetary colony. So yeah, it certainly beats having to build things like this. This absolute apocalyptic mess of nuclear power plants. Yeah, so everything down here is looking good at the moment.
Mine.
We're mining plenty of
Message.
toxin.
Message. Message.
Yeah,
Back.
did that say somewhere was suitable for
computer.
living?
Useful planet.
Antares 3 is suitable for living.
Back. Surface.
Is that the
Star map.
going to be suitable for us?
Zoom out.
Hopefully that should be suitable for us if we go to... it's gone away behind here, we're going to have to wait for it to come out.
Planet.
Antares 3. We can build a colony on Antares 3. Do we want to build a colony on Antares 3? This planet is absolutely freaking huge.
Message.
Okay. Because of disease, your people need a medicine plant on Mirak 3. Mirak 3 is the planet that the Morgruls were in charge of until we have essentially taken it from them. But our people are dying here. We need a medicine plant. A medicine plant will also need a builder plant. So build one of those. We'll also need to build a nuclear power generator. And a medical plant. Where is it? Down the list. Right, there we go, medical plant. Right, we ignore this place for a while. This place actually has all of the possible resources as well, so that's quite good. But that's not what is important right now. What is important right now is we need to sort of Taras 2, Moon 1, Taras... Right, we're going to want to build a planet, or build a colony somewhere here. And Taras 1 is not accommodable. Taras 2, Moon 1 is accommodable, so we can just put it here. Our builder's not able to build the colony, unfortunately, so we are going to need to hire a better builder. Builders, we're going to get this guy, William Forbes. I am #1 in the whole galaxy. Yeah, this guy is confident in his abilities. He also likes to just slouch on the table there. But yes, he should be able to build this this colony. We're going to build a colony on here, and I don't really care much about what it has. We will stick just a wind trap on it. This colony is not going to be here for long. I'm not wanting to foreshadow too much, but this is very temporary. We're just going to build an observatory on here somewhere. Oh, we're also dying of radiation, apparently. Right, so we now have a colony here with an observatory, and that observatory is hopefully going to give us some important information shortly. We've not quite made contact with the Erans yet, who also live in the same solar system. We will be speaking to them shortly. And then, once we have done that...
Attention.
Yeah, here we go. The observatory reports that you have discovered the sun in the Antares system will shortly become supernova. They're asking you to evacuate the system as soon as possible. Send spaceships to pick up your people. Okay. We will send our transfer ship over there. Now, is it going to make it that far? No. We need a better pilot. Because everybody sucks at everything, apparently. We're going to have to hire this person.
Welcome.
There goes all of our freaking money. But yeah, that's not really a huge issue. We can go to System 4, we're going to go to Antares 2, where our colony is, but also where these guys live.
Move ship.
So, we should hopefully make contact with these guys once our ship comes through here. Oops. Yeah, we've made contact with the Erans. I can click past the message. Greetings, Erans. Our scientists discovered that your sun will soon go nova. Are you sure? How much time do we have? Yes, we are sure. You have little more than 8 days left. Our problem is we do not have enough ships to evacuate the entire population. Some of us are doomed. Can you please help us? Yes, my people will welcome you. We do not know how to thank you for this.
Attention.
Our ships picked up the Erans. The entire population of the Erans. Right, with that, we can basically leave. What's interesting is we picked up the Erans. We didn't actually bother to pick up our own people. So we technically, I think, still have a colony sitting here with 2,000 people living on it. Those people are going to die. Nothing I can do, unfortunately. There is no way to actually transfer people off of your colony. Never mind. They can stay here and quietly pay the most horrifying taxes ever until they inevitably die. Because I am just such a generous leader. Okay. So, that we will save the game. Yep, so we have saved the Erans. They have been brought back and we have saved them from their home system, which is about to go supernova. We have already defeated the Morgruls and we are now in a position where we can basically sit back and develop our colonies a bit before proceeding any further. There will be more battles to come in the future, but this time is on our side and we can do things at our own pace for the first time in the game. So we'll do that in the next video. We will continue exploring our current solar systems that we have access to. We'll make sure we're up to date with all of our technology, and we'll build our economy and make sure our people are actually happy now that the war with the Morgruls is over. So we will pick up from there in the next video. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching so far. I hope you are enjoying this. If you are, leave us some feedback in the comments, give us a like if you have enjoyed this, and subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of content. Thank you once again, and I will catch you next time. See you later.